Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about that awful sinking feeling you get when you look at your bank account. You know you haven't bought anything huge, no lavish vacation, no new car, and yet somehow the money is just gone. This is the invisible drain on your wealth, the thing that's sabotaging your financial goals way more than any single bad decision ever could.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You checked your balance just a few days ago and everything looked fine. But now you're looking again and poof, hundreds of dollars have vanished into thin air. So you start scrolling through your transactions, trying to play detective, a small purchase here, a subscription you forgot about there, and you realize, oh man, you're bleeding money. Not from one big wound, but from 1,000 tiny cuts.
And that's the real trap. It isn't about one big, memorable splurge. It's the silent, almost invisible drip, drip, drip of small, forgotten purchases that add up. It's the reason so many of us feel like we're just treading water financially, no matter how hard we work. You're not being irresponsible. You're literally being bled dry, one tiny transaction at a time. Now, here's the most important part. This isn't a moral failing. It's not your fault. You're not weak-willed. The truth is, you're up against systems that are expertly designed to make you spend without a second thought. So to actually get control back, we have to understand the two biggest culprits that are silently draining your wallet.
Okay, culprit number one. The biggest wealth killer isn't what you probably think it is. In fact, it's the very thing we're all taught to want, that ultimate symbol of making it, the big house. But what if that dream home is actually a financial anchor, dragging you and your future wealth down to the bottom of the ocean?
Let's look at a tale of two families to see how this plays out. You've got Kevin and Maria, and James and Patricia. As you can see, their incomes are almost identical. About 10 years ago, Kevin and Maria bought a big 4-bedroom house. It felt like progress, like success. James and Patricia, though, they went for a more modest 3-bedroom home. Okay, so let's fast forward 10 years. Here's the shocker. James and Patricia, the family in that smaller home, they have a retirement fund that is 5 times larger than Kevin and Maria's. 5 times. And this isn't just about a slightly smaller mortgage. It's about a tidal wave of hidden cost that the bigger house secretly unleashed. This is a phenomenon we call lifestyle inflation anchoring. See, that bigger house wasn't just a bigger payment, it was a psychological trap. It created this unspoken pressure to upgrade everything else to match the new setting. You need fancier furniture, newer cars in the driveway, more elaborate landscaping. The house becomes the anchor, and all your other spending starts orbiting around it. And this is where it gets really eye-opening. The mortgage, the big number everyone obsesses over when they're house hunting, that's only about half the story. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of the true cost is hiding in plain sight. Property taxes, insurance, and the constant, never-ending repairs that just slowly bleed you dry. Think about it. A bigger house means a bigger roof to replace, a bigger property tax bill every single year, and much bigger heating and cooling bills. It's a constant drain. And then you've got what I call the maintenance time bomb, the HVAC system, the water heater, that endless list of expensive things that will eventually break. Every single dollar you spend on these things is a dollar that's not growing and compounding for you in an investment account. So when you actually add it all up, all those hidden costs, plus the lost opportunity of investing that money instead, that bigger house can cost you well over $1 million in lost wealth over the life of the loan. Let that sink in. It's a staggering amount, and it's a silent killer of your financial future.
But hey, maybe you don't have the giant anchor house. You're not off the hook, because there's a second culprit that's just as dangerous. It's the small, daily transactions that are so easy, so frictionless, they're practically invisible. We're talking about ghost spending.
This is what we call ghost spending. It's the one-click purchases on your phone. It's those marketing emails with flash sales and limited-time offers that are engineered to make you feel urgent and buy right now before you have a chance to think. It's a constant 24/7 barrage of psychological warfare designed to separate you from your money. And I really need you to hear this. Please do not beat yourself up about falling for this stuff. You're not weak, you're human. You are literally up against systems designed by some of the smartest people on the planet with one goal: to get your money. The only way to win this game is to stop playing by their rules and to change the game itself. So how do you do that? How do you take back your financial power? You fight back by intentionally creating what we'll call positive friction. You just make it a little bit harder to spend your money, and in doing so, you give your brain the time and space it needs to make smarter decisions.
Okay, so here are 3 simple but incredibly powerful steps you can take today. First, delete the shopping apps from your phone. Seriously, making yourself log in on a website adds a few seconds of friction, and that can be the difference between an impulse buy and a good choice. Second, unsubscribe from every single marketing email. If you don't see the temptation, you can't be tempted. And third, create a mandatory waiting period for any non-essential purchase.
This one habit can be a complete game changer. You know that initial rush of desire you get for a new gadget or a new pair of shoes? It's intense, but it's also incredibly fleeting. By just forcing yourself to wait a day or two, you will be absolutely amazed at how many of those must-have items you completely forget you even wanted. Now, for bigger purchases, this is a non-negotiable rule. Sleeping on it is not just some old saying your grandma used, it's actually backed by science. Your brain chemistry literally changes while you sleep, helping you to weigh future consequences over that immediate gratification. You wake up with a clearer head. So in the end, this isn't about having more discipline or more willpower. It's about being smarter. It's about designing an environment that actually supports your financial goals instead of one that sabotages them. So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Is your environment, your home, your phone, your inbox, serving you? Or is it designed to drain you, one tiny forgotten purchase at a time?